Today we dive into 3 gut-wrenching betrayals, a surprise anniversary trip that revealed a secret lover, hidden photos exposing a second life, and a best friend who turned spouse. We stepped off the plane in Rome, the air thick with romance. My husband had booked a private villa for our 10th anniversary, promising a weekend of perfection. The night before, he left his iPad on the nightstand while I showered. A notification popped, a message from a woman named Sarah, not a friend but a lover. The chat spilled details of trips, gifts, and plans that spanned 2 years. My heart stopped. The candlelit dinner we'd just enjoyed felt like a staged performance for my eyes alone. We'd been the couple everyone envied for a decade, surviving long distance, career changes, and even a joint savings account. Friends called us the gold standard, and we celebrated every milestone together. Our love felt invincible, built on whispered promises and countless anniversaries. We trusted each other implicitly, sharing passwords and dreams of a future home. The idea that he could hide something for years seemed impossible, making the betrayal cut deeper than any imagined scenario. In hindsight, tiny clues littered our years together: sudden late-night trips he called work, a new fitness app he never opened, and his growing reluctance to discuss his day. He started leaving the bathroom door unlocked, as if to avoid hiding anything, yet his phone buzzed with unknown numbers. I brushed these moments aside, convincing myself that stress and ambition explained the distance, never suspecting a second life was being built behind our shared dreams. Back in the United States, I handed him a folder of screenshots and a stack of divorce papers the moment we stepped through the airport doors. He stared, then pleaded, claiming he loved me more yet needed excitement. The room felt electric with his desperation, but the evidence was undeniable. I closed the folder, walked out, and blocked him on every platform. The silence of my new rental apartment became a refuge from the lie I'd lived for 10 years. 6 months later, I'm still learning to breathe without his presence. I've reclaimed my finances, moved into a sunlit studio, and rebuilt friendships that had faded. Therapy helped me untangle guilt from responsibility, reminding me that his choices were his alone. I now cherish small victories, cooking for myself, planning solo trips, and writing journal entries that celebrate my resilience. The pain remains, but the future feels like a canvas I finally get to paint without his shadow. From Italy to a shared cloud folder, the next betrayal hides in the digital shadows of everyday life. I was scrolling through our shared cloud storage on a rainy Tuesday, expecting to find a photo of our dog. Instead, a folder titled Work Archives yawned open, revealing hundreds of intimate pictures of my partner with another woman. They weren't strangers, they were cooking together, hiking, smiling on a beach vacation during a time he told me he was caring for his sick father. Each image felt like a knife, exposing a meticulously curated second existence that existed right alongside my own. We'd been together for 7 years, sharing a mortgage, a dog, and a cloud account for every memory. We never married, but we built a life that felt like a partnership of equals. Friends saw us as the solid, dependable couple who could always count on each other. Our routine was comfortable: weekend hikes, movie nights, and shared playlists. The trust was so deep I never imagined a secret could hide behind the very folder we used to store our wedding day photos. He started taking business trips that coincided with my partner's birthday, always vague about details. His phone buzzed with unknown contacts, yet he dismissed my curiosity as privacy. I noticed he'd leave the house early for work meetings that never appeared on his calendar, and his mood would shift dramatically when I mentioned future plans. I tried to rationalize, telling myself he needed space, never suspecting the space was filled by another person's laughter. When I finally opened that cloud folder, the timestamps proved he'd been lying for months. I confronted him that evening, showing the dates on the photos. He tried to claim they were old, but the metadata was crystal clear. His face fell, a mix of shame and defeat, yet he offered no apology, only a weak excuse that the pictures were mistakes. The realization that my partner had been living a double life while I was home, cooking dinner, hit me like a tidal wave. I packed my things that night, left the house, and moved into a small apartment downtown. Selling the house felt like shedding the last skin of our shared past. I began a new job, reconnected with old friends, and started a journal to process the grief. Therapy helped me understand that his betrayal reflected his choices, not my worth. Today, I walk past the old home and feel a quiet pride, I survived the deception and emerged stronger, ready for a future built on honesty. From hidden clouds to a so-called best friend, the next tale shows how a close confidant can become the biggest betrayal. My husband's best friend was a woman we'd known for 5 years. He always called her a sister, and I trusted their platonic bond. One night, I caught him locking his phone in the garage and taking calls there. My intuition screamed, so I checked his deleted messages. An archive of years-long texts emerged, full of future plans, secret jokes, and whispers that labeled me the safe choice and her the one. The pain of being reduced to a placeholder was unbearable. We'd built a life together, buying a house, adopting a dog, and celebrating birthdays side by side. Friends saw us as a solid team, and his best friend was a regular at our gatherings. I never questioned the depth of their connection because he constantly reassured me that she was like a sister. Our love was grounded in routine, trust, and the belief that we were each other's forever, making the betrayal cut even deeper when it surfaced. He began taking calls in the garage, claiming he needed quiet for work. He deleted messages faster than I could ask why, and his stories about her became increasingly vague. I noticed she would appear at our door unannounced, and he'd become defensive if I asked about her. My gut told me something was off, but I convinced myself it was just friendship, never imagining the emotional affair that turned our marriage into a convenience for both of them. The moment I opened his deleted message archive, the truth hit like a punch to the gut. The texts detailed plans for a future together, references to feeling trapped in their current lives, and how she was the person he truly wanted. He tried to downplay it as venting and claimed nothing physical happened. Yet the emotional intimacy was undeniable. He described me as a safety net while calling her the love he'd been searching for. The betrayal felt like an erasure of our entire marriage. I left that night, staying with a sister, and filed for separation. The process was painful, but it forced me to confront my own needs and desires. I began a solo travel adventure, rediscovered passions I'd shelved, and built a new support network. Therapy helped me untangle the grief from self-blame. Today, I'm thriving in a career I love, surrounded by friends who value honesty. The betrayal taught me that I deserve a love that isn't hidden behind another's best friend. Betrayal shatters, but each story shows the power to rebuild, reclaim, and rise. You're not alone. Share your thoughts below. More real stories every day. Follow to never miss one.